to buy them high heel shoes that are in our closets. And while we love them, our feet actually may not. So how do we relieve that high heel pain? We've called in health and wellness expert Dr. Liza Egboga to help us out. Great to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
I wore my favorite stilettos here. The little platform, a little bit on, you know.
The platform is good, so that's good.
All right, these are one of my favorites. So it's not necessarily the best thing, however, for the body.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the problem with heels is that they can lead to back pain, hip pain, knee pain, and foot pain. The reason is when you're wearing heels, you notice how you're tilted forward. So that causes the muscles at the front here, called your hip flexors, to shorten. That puts pressure on your lower back, and then that also puts pressure on your knees. So even just 2 inches of heel height is enough to put 23% more pressure at the front of your knee, which can result in torn ligaments like your ACL and knee problems. And then now, when you've put 23% more weight on the front of your knee, you also put more weight on your foot. And if you put more weight on your foot, you can get inflammation of the nerves that go in between the foot, and that can cause things like neuromas and foot pain.
Okay, so how often have you had a patient on the table and you're realizing as you're doing a treatment, you know, would the question, are you often wearing high heels, come into effect?
Absolutely. So a lot of things you can notice just because they're wearing high heels. So you'll notice with a lot of women, they'll have inflammation between the first and the second toe because of all the pressure that's being put there. So once I feel that lump of that inflamed nerve, I'm like, it's the high heels, right? So.
Okay, so we want to still be able to wear them, but we can do some things that are going to help alleviate some of the pain or at least some of the damage that we're causing.
Yes, absolutely. So because with high heels, they shorten your calf muscles, we want to stretch the calf muscles.
Okay.
So if we want to go over some stretches and exercise, we're going to have to kick off our shoes.
They're coming off.
Yes.
Ready? Watch this. Ready? 1,
As
2,
we
3, and down we go.
Yes, we
okay,
are.
wait, up and down.
Down.
This is everyone who sees me, they're always like, you're so much smaller in person. I'm like, you should see what we're wearing. Okay.
Exactly. So now we're on ground level.
Okay.
So the first one we're going to do is a calf stretch. So for this one, you're going to place your heel on the floor, your toes are pointing up, and then what you want to do is you want to slowly bend forward until you feel a stretch at the back of your calf and into the back of your knee.
Okay.
So do you feel that stretch?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then you want to take some deep breaths in, and you just want to hold that for 10 seconds, and then you want to slowly come back up. And then we want to make sure we do the stretches on both sides, and you want to do that a couple times a day.
It's funny that you're giving this kind of an exercise when we're talking about our feet, right? But that's where
exactly.
Where
a lot of the foot problems are caused by your calves being tight. And so not only is it caused by your calves being tight, but remember how we talked about the front of the legs and the hip flexors tightening up?
Yes.
So we want to stretch our quad muscles there. So this is a little bit of balance too, which is also great for your feet. So what you want to do is you want to take your ankle and you want to put your heel to your butt. So by doing this, you're stretching your quad at the front here. And notice with the foot that's on the ground, you're also balancing. So you're strengthening the arch muscles in your foot so that they can support you better in heels. And again, you want to hold that for 10 seconds. Okay. Your balance is great, as to be expected.
Oh, well, thanks. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
This feels nice. It's nice to do a little stretch in the middle of my morning. Okay.
Exactly. But it's not only stretches that are important. We also want to strengthen your calf muscles. Because when you think about being in heels, you're actually walking like this and your calf muscles have to work. So we want to strengthen our calf muscles.
Okay.
So to do that, we're just doing heel raises. So we're slowly going to go up, 1, 2, 3, and down, 1, 2, 3. And up, 1, 2, 3. And down, 1, 2, 3. So when you're doing that, you're working your calf muscles. And again, because you have to balance in order to do that, you can feel that you're working the arches in your foot as well.
Okay. Ah, nice.
Do we have time for one more?
If you want to do it in like 5 seconds.
5 seconds? Well, we could do some quick ankle circles.
Okay.
And that just helps to bring some more blood flow to the ankle and foot because that's restricted when you're wearing heels.
Which is what I do every time I take off the heels.
Exactly. And this is a great way to help relieve some of that pain.
Is do all this. Always a pleasure. Thanks so much. And I hear you had a fantastic time. All of her A-list clients came in at TIFF and
yes,
they loved
awesome.
you. It was great. It was great.